problem.
Nothing. Jacob Cass ass music, bro. You want me to do intro? I'm gonna run with it. Oh, big dub. Alright, man. Hey, cut that shit, bro. We doing it different. Hey, 3 Point Play Podcast is your boy, yo. Hey, we out here. Where's Nick? Somebody know where Nick at?
I don't know where Nick is, but I need to go, so we have to
All right.
start this.
Today it's just me and Ryan, you know. Hey, we got Ryan, aka Wet Your Bitch Like a Jumper, aka
Nick's here.
he's finally here. Okay. Nick is walking in. He mad late. We getting started. I'm Will. Chill, I'm introing. I'm Will, aka my AirPods got cords in them, aka my girl hate me but she love me, aka
What?
aka the laptop stay on deck. I just defended the strap. Get your ass in the middle, Ryan. Come on. There's a lot of going on.
Watch the cord.
Yeah. I just defended the strap. I'm rolling.
Hey, you can come back.
Just be shade ass. And I'm taking off fades and fuck Duke. That nigga Duke cheeks. So, yeah, he here. He late. Why you late?
I was jacking off.
Why are you late?
I was jacking off.
No one ever been this late.
What time is it?
It is 6:01 something. 6:02.
Oh, I'm 2 minutes late?
You're late. You should be here before that.
You know what? I ain't mad.
We started at 6.
I'm not mad. My man just corporate American me. I like that.
Hey, I beat him by like 40, bro. Jumar, I beat him by like 40, bro. It's in the last live, bro. I just kicked his ass. He had the Lakers. I had the Nets.
I thought my clock was off.
I dubbed him in like the third. It's whatever. Big Dub's still here. He don't get no picture, no shout out. Tell him
hilarious.
SMD. Now, how everybody doing today?
My life is good.
You know,
My life is good.
Plus, he gotta be somewhere.
It's,
Instantly have to. Gotta be somewhere instantly have to go.
it's another day. It's another day. I hate my fucking job.
Don't start.
So, run the play, Will.
AKA who Joe G's. Joe G's.
Do it again.
Nah, bro.
Do it again.
Nah, it's on wax.
I don't even.
AKA my D
He
small
did that.
one is soft, but she love it.
He did that too smooth.
AKA, I got more to go. Let's go,
He
bro.
did that too smooth. That's funny.
Let's go, man.
Tell him what we got. Tell him what we got
Today we talking about
That's hilarious.
like the basis of the show. You know, we gonna give y'all the NBA. You know, yada yada yada. We don't really, you know.
I was late because of wardrobe.
We gonna give the
The
NBA.
wardrobe lady didn't have my outfit right.
We gonna talk about Thick Young. We gonna talk about Bron getting hurt, but most importantly, we gonna talk about like injuries in the game, how you deal with them with the team, how you deal with them professionally, how you deal with them personally. Like examples of like D Rose and all that, and then we're gonna talk about respect for the game because I think that falls in the point of injury for the injuries in the game also. So, like I honestly don't have any major injuries or had any major injuries. You know, the crunchy knee here and there, fluid here and there.
Knock
But-
on wood. We don't want that for you.
No, I'm just saying I never had it, but you guys had injuries.
Right.
All I see with injuries is people who goes through it and recovers from it and what they deal with and what's the hardships of it and how they deal with them. And let's start with Ryan, the one with like all the surgeries in his knees. What's the story with it?
Do you want to hear every injury?
No, just summarize the bulk of your injury history with your knees and what it's like
Okay.
to do that and come back from it and decide to still play.
Age 16, I first started feeling side effects of early arthritis. Blew out my first ACL. I blew that out in, I want to say, sophomore year. Complete tear. Second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So I've had 5 ACL surgeries, complete reconstructions, 4 in the left, 1 in the right. Each was about a year recovery time. The last set of surgeries was a dual knee surgery. So I had the left and right ACL, new ACLs put in from a cadaver. If you don't know what a cadaver is, it's a dead person. So thank you, dead guy. I was hoping that he was...
I didn't know you had dead nigga knees, bro.
Yeah. So here's the funny part.
Whoa.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was like, I made a joke to the doctor. I was like, yo,
You
can
dead ass?
Can I get a black guy's ACL? And he was like, my guy, that's who I got you because this is sports medicine. And I was like, word.
Whoa.
I still can't dunk though, so that's kind of fucked up.
I mean, D Rose is black.
But yeah, so I had that, and then so I've had 5 years worth of recovery time, totally. I also broke my foot.
Wild.
I also broke my foot in between there,
Nah, he is.
which was a 2-year recovery because it was ACL. Right when the ACL got healed, I broke my foot. And that took another year to recover, so I was out 2 years at that point. I have bone on bone in both knees, so my meniscus is pretty much gone.
Brandon Roy.
And I've also had PCL, MCL, and LCL tears throughout all the knees. What it does to me, as far as my mental, I am terrified playing now. Terrified. And when people come up to me and they're like, oh, why do you even bother playing anymore? I wouldn't play if I were you. You're stupid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that. And I understand that. But at the same time, I have to take into consideration that basketball is that thing that just started.
Are there reattachment surgeries? Or like, was they all reattachment surgeries?
Everything was a brand new dead guy's ACL put into my knee.
Jesus Christ.
So what they do is, like when you anchor something into a wall, that's basically what they did. They drill into your femur, the top and bottom of your femur.
Man, you need to go get some stem cell, man.
And so stem cell, unfortunately...
Some baby goo?
Oh, shit, they did it.
Stem cell, unfortunately, wasn't an option. But, yeah, a lot of times I'm asked, why do I continue to try to play? And it's that release that I have that helps me. But it messes with you so bad, like mentally. I can't do 70% of the things that I used to be able to do. And it sucks because as I'm getting older, I'm noticing more and more of that bone on bone, that wear and tear that's affecting me more. First, it just affected my lateral movements, then it affected my quickness, then it affected my willingness and ability to try to drive the lane. And I now, like everybody knows that has played with me, knows that I'm basically just a shooter now. It sucks, but I mean, what can I do about it?
Do you find yourself doing things that you used to do?
What do you mean?
Just out of instinct of playing basketball?
Yeah, sometimes I'll try to do something that I used to be able to do, but at the same time, my body won't let me. And that's the worst part. And then I have to come to the reality with myself that I can't physically do those things anymore. And
it's crazy, man.
I wish I had that level, like the professional level of rehab and training that these athletes have.
Yeah.
Because I would probably be in a better situation with my knees.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm a normal citizen. They're billionaires and millionaires. So
Privilege, man. Opportunity, privilege, and
no, it's slavery, Will. Yeah, dude. Listen, that sucks, but that's what it is. And I have to deal with waking up every morning and my knees feeling like they're crunching and not being able to sleep a normal night because I have to move just to adjust my knees or my back or my hips.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine how some of these guys that are like 60, 70 are feeling.
I can't even relate because most injuries I have is what when I was younger, rolled my ankle, high ankle sprain, but I wasn't running on my toes. Once I started running on my toes, it got better. But when you roll your ankle and you're running, your ankle gets weaker, and that's really the only tribulations I done dealt with is like ankle sprains and the occasional knee drainage. That's really it. But that's just me being overweight all my life and trying to run and putting miles on your knees. You get fluid and stuff, So you get the drainage, but you be back. It ain't nothing like mad crazy, So I don't relate at all. I'm blessed to have like what I have and what I can do without getting hurt. That's what I can say. I'm pretty lucky.
I've seen you a lot. Take some hits and you get right back up. And sometimes they scare me a little bit because I'm like, oh man.
I done fell.
Yeah, but you're able to bounce back, and that's good. I mean, it's especially like you said, your size too, to take a hit like that. And a rolled ankle for somebody your size can result in a broken ankle or a dislocated knee.
Yeah.
Or worse. And you haven't had that, and then be happy that you haven't, because it is. I don't wish that on.
I'm not trying to, bro. I got you.
That physical pain of when that ACL snaps, literally, it's like taking your thickest resistant band, snapping that, and it's just this loud bang, and you just collapse. It's miserable every single time, and I tell Nick this all the time. I think I told you it too. I'd rather get stabbed again. I've been stabbed. I'd rather get stabbed again than take another ACL.
True.
So.
What's up with you, man?
Me?
Yeah.
What's up with me and what?
Injuries. How do you deal with it? What do you do to
So,
prepare differently?
When you were talking about rolling your ankle, I feel like I've rolled my ankle so much that my ankle just got tougher just from rolling it so much. I think I gained a lot more mobility just from that happening. I know that's crazy to say.
No, just get up and tighten your shoe and you be good after a while, It's not how it used to be where you got to sit down.
I was actually, I actually bought a couple books this year, one of them being Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. And one of the things that he was talking about in the book was that how hands-on he was with the design of every single one of his shoes. And he talked about how he would roll his ankle a lot, and he thought the perception of having a high top or a mid-grade shoe is a fallacy. It's actually false. He said that he read this book about iron workers and how these iron workers in like the 40s, they only had a 1-inch heel, and then they had maybe a little bit, maybe like 4 inches up from the foot to the base of your Achilles of shoe, and that's how the low top started. And he said that low tops are actually better for your feet and your ankles and things like that. So in terms of rolling my ankle, I personally feel like I rolled them so much that I just gained that mobility. But with Ryan, one of the reasons why me and Ryan got so close is because when I tore my meniscus, I was actually playing, and I didn't know it was torn for a year and a half until I got insurance. And the thing with my meniscus is the meniscus is on the side. It's like a long resistance band that goes all the way down your leg, but it's on the outer side of your leg. And with my meniscus, when I tore that, the flap of muscle that was torn was going in between my joints. So like where the kneecap actually meets, so it would actually lock because
you tear it, or you tore it off.
No, I tore it. So like
ripped it off.
So
was it connected?
Yeah. So let's say it's normally like this. When I tore it, there was a flap of skin, and then the joint that in between the knees, the meniscus muscle where it was torn, that piece was actually inside my kneecap. So like there'd
That's
be
not torn off. It would have went up your leg though if it would have tore off.
no, it's just torn,
It's
but
tear. That's what I was saying. You said you ripped it off. I was
no,
trying to
not ripped it off.
specify.
I'm just saying tore,
All right.
and
Oh,
yeah.
It's right there on the screen.
So basically, my meniscus. I can't see that shit.
It's the pink.
Thank you. Was going in between the joints. So like, is this the back side of the knee? I can't tell.
That's the front. That's a front shot.
Okay. So anyway, it's going in between the meniscus. It's torn right here, right? And then this piece is going in between the joints. So when you're walking,
Well, this is the MCL. This is the pink is your meniscus.
okay, whatever. Well, that
Sorry.
it was going in between the joints. The way the doctor explained it to me, it was going in between the joints, and that's why I was getting those locks.
Mhm.
Where like I'd randomly be walking, and then my knee would lock, and I couldn't move it. However, so with me, I didn't have to have surgery. Thank God. I actually had they had basically, for lack of a better term, they basically put glue in between to where it was torn to keep my meniscus together. And
What they use?
it's a gel. I had 3 treatments of gel that went in there, and it's like glue. Like I said, it's like glue. And that's what, but in terms of the recovery process, for me personally, I don't know if Ryan can vouch, my knee's never been the same, but it's a lot of strength training. And in terms of when you're playing basketball, like the mental fear of not making the same mistake, so you're apprehensive of doing certain things just because you don't want the same injury to occur. Ryan?
I haven't been the same after the first knee injury, so
Oh, okay. All right.
times that by 5.
Right.
It just gets worse and worse every injury. Oh, there you go. So that actually shows you how. So see those 2 anchors up in the top and bottom there. So they literally anchor. They drill into your bone, cut slots out of your bones, put a dead guy's ACL. Now, if you can pull up that other graphic, Matt, that you had up previously. Yeah, I've actually torn every one of these. So it sucks. So you guys remember like Sean Livingston when he went up and his knees went. That's happened before to my left knee. So,
Yeah. But yeah. But mentally, I've appreciated, and I want to use Paul George as an example just because Paul George, when he hurt his leg, you noticed the apprehension in his game to where like he wouldn't drive the lane as much. He wasn't doing as many 360 dunks that he used to do, the windmills. And then he shifted his game where he became more aware of his footwork and better shots that he could make instead of driving the lane. So it just
But he still maintained his awareness of what he was. That's like
I'm not saying in the beginning, like when he first came back from the injury.
No, I'm saying like he never changed his form. He never changed his willingness to dunk. He just didn't try wild shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I think, of course, they are like millionaire athletes with the best fucking shit, so they can come back like they never left. And I think certain injuries you're able to come back like you never left. D Rose is one of them. He tore all his shit off before, and he still is an explosive style of player.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook, another one, still explosive style of player, and they don't change anything. So what made y'all change y'all game? Out of fear?
100% for me, fear. 100%. The realization that I have a job and I cannot earn money and do my job if I don't have needs. That, along with just the fear of having it happen again because I don't want to go through that pain again. But yet again, it still somehow seems to creep up on me and catch me when I'm least expecting it. I mean, shit, you've actually seen me blow out my knee.
Yeah,
You've been
I'm
there.
not trying to. Whenever I see somebody get hurt, I retire until I feel better.
Do you remember the whole gym left that night when I blew out my
Yeah,
knee?
that's what I'm saying. I had to drive you to where we was going because you couldn't even drive. So, I remember, bro.
I'm not saying that I've changed my game. I'm saying when I came back from the injury, I'm saying that I was apprehensive of that, and I was like, I'll just camp out here, or like it makes you so like you don't want to jump for rebounds unless it's completely safe.
I'm not saying you changed the game. You guys then said y'all selves that y'all changed the way y'all play. And
I'm saying when I came back, I was apprehensive of doing certain things, like in 21, like when you're playing it with 5 to 6 different people, and you drive in the lane. You look at your other options as opposed to driving the lane just because you're like, maybe I shouldn't jump in this Skittles full of people in the key.
True.
I get that because, I mean, so one of the things that I want to kind of go with what Will was asking just a second ago. I noticed that I had to focus so much more on my shooting ability because if I didn't have that, I would never be picked up.
Yeah.
And like, there are a few people that have seen me before the knee injuries, and I mean, I would like to say that I was pretty reckless. I was fearless if I were to drive the lane because I didn't care. I was healthy, so it didn't. And like when I see players, I'm not ever gonna wish ill will on any player to get injured, except for DeMarcus.
Hey, relax, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Relax.
No, but I never wish ill will for people. But when I see, like, we go into gyms and the first thing people look at is the knee braces that I have. I get the Stone Cold looking ass, this and that, weak knees, bust his ass, cross his ass, all this shit. Immediately I walk into a gym and I'm food to you people, and that's fine. Fuck yourself. But I wish people would get hurt at least once to understand what it takes to actually come back. Because if you can actually come back and still play the fucking game, that proves a lot. But if you're healthy and never got a fucking injury aside from a rolled ankle or some bullshit, fuck out of here. I'm a little bit
just coming for me, man.
No. I'm. You don't ever discredit anyone for being hurt.
Hell no.
And plus, you, like I said, you were there. You saw the fucking struggle, the journey that I had to take to get back.
Yeah.
Again. And
especially after the long one.
yeah. And then, imagine getting both done at the same goddamn time. That shit is brutal. And
I will say this though. One thing I noticed, and I told you this before, is like the last game when we were at Tark and we were playing 5-on-5 and Derek was there and Mozego was there. Will made a comment where you were like, Ryan, they don't know you out here. I need you to strap up.
Yeah.
That's what you told him. And there's a lot of strength in that, for the simple fact that like people are looking at you like you're not a threat, but in reality, you're a sleeper agent now. So like, I just wanted to tell you that I see what you're doing now. So I see what you can do on the wing.
I tell him that because, honest to God, I'm a selfish player at heart. In a way that I want you guys to do what y'all can do so I can go off.
so he basically, without saying it, he's basically being a mini LeBron.
Yeah. If y'all hitting shots, pull that shit. I don't care if you miss it. But if you pulling it and you hit one, they're going to say, okay, all right, now I can go crazy. That's why I don't care if you guys shoot. I don't care if anybody on my team shoot, as long as it's you playing your game. If it ain't you playing your game, I don't want you to shoot it because that's not your game, and I can't work with nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I always tell Ryan, I don't care if I gave it to you and he's in your face, put that bitch up because you shoot, they're gonna fall. The more you shoot, the more you get used to them in your face and pulling. And once you hit 2, he can't leave you no more. And
Yeah.
I can go crazy. And that's all it is. I'm just selfish with that. But I do believe that if my team has to put something up for us to be effective, I can't just post up and all that. Like if I do post up and double comes, I have to defer to y'all. It's instinct. So that's why I try to do that. I wasn't responsible, Makai. I was just lucky.
So how do you feel about certain players making that transition?
D Rose aged gracefully. He can go back to giving 20 if he has the opportunity. I think he's being cautious.
I think he has that opportunity now because
Julius Randle going crazy.
yeah, but he's in New York. I mean, they're not doing nothing special. So.
Yeah, but he's cautious. You know, he know that he's on borrowed time if he tries to go hard. So
Wow, that's fair.
he tries to stay under his minutes and go like that. So I think he aged gracefully. Sean Livingston cut out a whole second half of his career. Kobe was having the best year in his career, I think, personally, in 2013 before he tore his Achilles. And he came back and was able to put up 20 in this league. And people say, oh, he shot lower 40%. You average 20 in the NBA, 40% and up, I don't want to hear it. That's how I feel about players averaging 20 in the NBA. You average 20 in the best league in the world when it comes to basketball. Who am I missing? Paul George is coming back, but Paul George is on a whole different thing. We want to see him in the playoffs going crazy. Russell Westbrook came back and it wasn't even like he got hurt.
How to do that?
KD came back and it wasn't like he got hurt. He's only restricting his minutes. And I'm talking about KD earlier in his career when he was out that season that Russ went crazy. And
You know, another aspect that we don't talk about is people's passion for the game, where they love.
That's where respect for the game comes in.
No, I gotta finish the thought.
Go.
I'm saying people's passion for the game, where they love the game so much that they come back as soon as they get cleared, and they're not necessarily at 100% strength. Like, for example, DeMarcus Cousins. When DeMarcus Cousins, I'm talking about the first time when he was playing with the Warriors, and we saw glimpses of him where he was back when he drove the lane and he came down and he baptized. See, this wasn't the first time. When he came down court and he baptized Kyle Kuzma, he laid in water. Kyle Kuzma and there's a plethora of other NBA players that we could talk about, or even Klay Thompson, where when they were in the NBA playoffs and he had 30 by halftime and he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
He tore his ACL, didn't even know, and he still wanted to play through it, and just so that he could be there for his team. And sometimes it does more hurt than harm. But
KD.
yeah, perfect example.
Perfect example, man. He shouldn't have been out there, but it's the chip. I'm gonna do the same thing KD did. I don't give a fuck.
Look, I've done it for.
I don't want you to do that.
No, I would if I was in KD's position. I'm doing the same thing KD did.
His whole the slow mo on that, we saw his whole knee jump out the socket. Excuse me, sorry.
No, I'm just saying I've done it. I've done it for rec leagues. I wrap my leg up, Willis Reed style, and
No, you got to tell the story for those that don't know.
went and played the game. But yeah, you want to talk about passion. I think that's one of the things that I have more than a lot of people about basketball, and nobody ever sees that. But
I see it.
Literally, the passion that I have for this sport has brought me back from wanting to give it up so many times. And I can't imagine how I would be if I was in a position where I could make millions of dollars off of it. So when I see players give up on themselves, I'm like, bro, you are in the best spot of your life playing the game that you are in love with. And you're going to walk away because of an injury? Get back out there and do it again.
Dude, I don't even want to get like serious, but when it comes to like me having passion for basketball, bro, it is like if I don't got it, I haven't had it all for like so many months consistently. It's affected my home life, you know, my family, my girlfriend, and it's legit. It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
What I go to basketball for, and I do apologize to my girl and shit, you know, but I don't know how to not do anything else to ease my mind or do anything to keep me cool. And I haven't had that for a year consistently. You get once a week, now you itching, you know. It ain't it ain't like how we was every day. We go and we there, and then we go home and we cool. I feel like I loved her a different way when I had consistent like basketball in my life. And yeah, it's a big difference, man. It's a big difference in what all my life, you know, growing up, you had to you do something to ease your mind when you ain't really got like people to go to, or you ain't got the right role models around you, you know, and go to the street, play basketball with the kids from the block.
So I think you need to hear this.
I'm mad.
I think you need to hear this real quick. Makai says, Ryan pisses me off because he's like a silent farter with his buckets. Silent, but deadly.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I seen that shit.
That's funny.
I also wanted to point out one other thing. So Will's mom pointed out that the pros have some of the best doctors and physical trainers. So yesterday I was telling Ryan, I'm like, yo, I was reading Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. He's talking about the first time, I think it was in 2007 when he rolled his ankle, and he said that was the worst time he ever rolled his ankle. And I was telling Ryan, I'm like, yo, they had a brand new procedure at the time where he literally had surgery the next day. He announced to the media where he was having surgery, but the surgery was that he had to go to a medical facility and they had to scrape out all the scar tissue before it even formed. And it was, at the time, it was an experimental procedure, but I just thought that's so crazy that they have these type of procedures for the pros, and like my insurance is like, yo, we'll cover 90% of this, but you still got to drop this for this, you know. And tell them how much, for the people that don't know, tell them how much those braces are, because those braces are not cheap at all.
They're $2,500 a piece.
Say it again.
Each brace I have is $2,500 a piece. The surgeries so my insurance covered 120-something thousand on each ACL surgery. I still had to pay out of pocket $5,000 for each time.
Jesus.
So if you
guys
don't
want to ask fucking debt and all that other bullshit,
So if you don't understand paying that amount of money, not only just for your personal peace of mind of being able to strive and maintain in your daily day, but not only do you want to play basketball afterwards, you got to understand the passion just off of that. Because yeah, those braces aren't cheap. But imagine Kobe Bryant being able to have surgery the next day free of charge, have all the scar tissue scraped from his Achilles, and
That wasn't his Achilles. That was
I'm talking about the Achilles injury. Whenever that happened, was that 2007 or was it?
No, that was 13 when he tore his Achilles.
Okay, so that was when they had that experimental
It was
procedure
just
where.
an ankle. I know you talking about. It was an ankle procedure, but it wasn't Achilles.
Okay.
He tore his Achilles in 2013. That's the year where I thought he should have been MVP.
So in
if it was any year.
2007, what did he tear?
I just know he had like a crazy ankle injury. I'm not sure what he was.
Okay.
But he had a whole bunch of dings and dangs from 07 to 13. So I can't even tell you. But the Achilles injury happened in 13. I remember he was hot. It was in the playoffs. It was looking good.
It was his Achilles in 2007.
It was?
Yes, it was.
He tore his Achilles in 07.
It said that's what it says.
He tore his Achilles in 07. Why isn't that bigger news? He came back from 2 Achilles injuries. Why isn't that a bigger thing?
Well, I brought it up. I don't know what else I can do.
No, you said it like it was happened once. The famous Kobe Achilles injury was in 2013. In 07, he was number 8. All of them right here. Okay.
They got knee swelling on there. Get the fuck out of here. I don't remember the last time my shit wasn't swollen.
Torn Achilles 2013. That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh yeah, and there's a number 2 next to it.
What do you know,
Achilles
number 2?
surgery, 14. So where the hell's the other 2007 one?
On the bottom where it says 2000, 2001, it says sore foot.
I got a sore ass. Can I not play? Shit. Can I not go to work? I got a sore ass. Shit.
So maybe
I'm just going with
it
his
is
sprained
maybe it
ankle.
is 2013. But for the torn Achilles one, he got surgery the very next day. But that's crazy. And then when we back to Kemba Walker, how they're inserting baby what's the medical term?
Correct, Jumar. That's the biggest difference.
What's the medical
Stem
term?
cell.
Thank you. Stem cells. They're actually injecting stem cells into Kemba's knees. They're injecting fresh babies in the knees, making them spry. Anyhow, moving forward.
Sore foot. Swollen knee.
You're Kobe. The organization is like, okay, this can be worse.
I'm literally
Sit out.
feeling the ball of
But
liquid
you're
that I
not
have on
Kobe.
my knee right now.
You're not
You're the
Kobe.
$1 million man.
You're not Kobe.
I wish I was.
Me too.
And Kobe played with a lot of those injuries.
Me too.
We're not gonna. We talked about players that had so many worse
Unhealthy.
injuries than this,
No, but like unhealthy.
and don't even get the kudos.
because they
Let's
wasn't
not talk.
Kobe.
Let's not talk about
That's all
5
it
slip
is.
discs and whatever else.
Boy.
A broken freaking back.
Boy. Oh no, we're gonna address that. It don't got to be today, but we will address that.
Guess what?
Not right now.
Because that'll make Divisol go way longer. We're not
It's about WNBA.
No sir,
No, this is about you guys' argument last week.
not doing
We're
it.
not doing that.
Oh, Jonathan? Fuck that nigga, man. Magic Johnson
So,
gang.
what's
Magic
the-
Johnson's son will be better than that nigga.
What's the next one?
Suck my dick.
What's that's
Nigga.
funny.
Ask him about David Stockton.
That's funny.
What you know about David Stockton?
Yeah,
you remember we made him a goat on 2K. We
I
made
don't
David
care.
Playing
Stockton.
the G League.
We made him a goat though.
He
He was our starting point guard. He was running shit.
not
We
like-
had him at like
I'm
20.
saying.
We had him at like
he made
20
the G
and
League.
15.
He made the G League, and he actually a bucket in the G League. But anyway,
John Stockton is not. He's not.
moving forward.
He's not.
Moving forward?
He's not.
Moving forward. What are we talking about next, gentlemen?
Let's talk about the news real fast before we talk.
Which,
about
by the way, who did you type this?
Ooh,
Who typed this today?
he did.
I typed it here.
Okay, all right, I'll stall you out. So there's so much more than this.
Well, then what is it?
Okay.
I'll
listen.
try to say what I remember.
Let
Go
me,
ahead.
Let me just do the thing real quick because we haven't done the thing yet.
Okay, go ahead.
We would like to thank our sponsors. If you would like to watch the wrestle, learn how to do the wrestle,
Or hear us call they match.
or hear us call their match,
Ah, all I gotta do is not say nigga. Let's go.
Go ahead.
listen here, April 10th,
They
Versus
put up
Pro
with us.
Wrestling. We're infiltrating.
They're practicing right now. You can't hear it all throughout our podcast. Continue.
Like dead ass, we're calling a match. We're gonna walk in, sit down, and call that shit.
We're infiltrating April 10th. We're coming. We're coming for you,
Nigga.
Go ahead.
We'd also like to thank Power Play Sports and Collectibles for all your Power Play Sports and Collectibles needs. I don't know why I said Power Play again, but for all your sports and collectibles needs, come on down to the Boulevard Mall to Power Play Sports and Collectibles. We'd also like to thank Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. If you like the wrestle, you want to hear them talk about the wrestle, you want to call them and talk about the wrestle with them, check them out. Saturdays at 9 a.m. ThoughtsCountAnywherePodcast.com. Would you like to support us? Us starving artists. We've been doing this thing, man. This is episode 21.
Tim Duncan.
Stimmy
AKA Talk Dirty Till You on the Low. AKA Bank Shot God.
Stimmy Duncan.
Ooh.
Okay?
Ooh.
Stimmy
Stimulating the backboard.
Listen, if you want to stimulate us with your stimulus,
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
why don't you why don't you head on over to
storefrontier.com/3-point-play podcast.
AKA buy some shit and wear it.
listen, we just want to be stimulated by you. Because we love you.
Cause we some big girls, dog. When we stimulated.
I don't know where this is going.
It's time
Okay.
to talk about Kylie Jenner when she was 16.
Check it out. Let's take it to
This
the news.
is where we're going?
What? Stage. My fault. Minus the E.
Hey guys, let's take it to the news. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Suck my dick. AKA we don't do Deportes. AKA suck my dick.
So the Lakers and the Pacers are talking to the Pacers about, I said that twice, making a trade for Malcolm Brogdon.
They giving up shoulder?
Excuse me?
They giving up shoulder?
It just says that they reached out to the Pacers.
Oh, okay. They gotta give up shoulder for that.
Orlando Magic are in talks with the San Antonio Spurs to trade Evan Fournier and a first-round pick for DeMar DeRozan. The Nets are currently in talks with the Raptors for Norman Powell.
That nigga's such a flop.
Aaron Gordon is being considered for trade to the Celtics.
That's a decent look.
Kendrick Nunn is being pursued by the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie and Andre Iguodala.
And Mo Harkless.
And that guy. Terry Rozier. Now, I will say this. I hate the Lakers. But if you guys finesse this trade, if you guys don't do this trade, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear about your bitching. I don't want to hear nothing. Tell me this isn't great. The Lakers want to trade the Hornets Montrezl Harrell for
No.
Scary. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I don't agree with
Hear me out. The Lakers would receive Scary Terry, Malik Monk, and Bismack Biyombo.
No.
Make
What
that
the fuck
make
Malik
that
Monk
happen.
gonna do? Malik Monk is just
Make that happen.
is just the Charlotte Hornets Alex Caruso. He's inconsistent. Terry Rozier for Harrell? No.
You
This
getting-
might be on
you
both
getting-
old.
Yeah, the crazy part is he's not old, he's just not effective.
They bought they went and got Harrell just for the playoffs. So why you want to trade him?
They're planning to get AD back by the playoffs.
You still want
And-
Harrell?
Hey,
I think that's a dumb
What do you
trade.
think,
I
Matt?
don't think that's a good trade. I don't think that's a good trade at all.
It's a decent trade.
that's a good trade.
In what way? It makes no sense. You're gonna bring Terry Rozier on the Lakers when you got Dennis Schroeder and LeBron running point. That means he got to play
And you
it
have
too.
Alex Caruso.
And you have Alex Caruso. Why would you bring Malik Monk even near that? He's not. Alex Caruso is better than Malik Monk.
Like, I really think that sometimes these trades are not actually what these teams are.
Effective wise.
I really think that sometimes these trades are not
This
actually,
NBA fans trade machining.
That's what it is.
This is what
That's
it is,
exactly
bro.
what that is.
Okay,
Because
so
there's no way these teams are out here making these dumbass decisions.
Hell
okay.
no, that's stupid.
So, the most pursued player in trade talk right now is Lonzo Ball. One of the trades is the Denver Nuggets want to trade Bol
no,
None of this makes
that makes
for
zero sense.
Lonzo Ball.
The Denver
What?
Nuggets should not trade for Lonzo
Hey,
Ball.
do you want this hot dog for this fucking $45 steak?
I
Here
know.
you go.
So hear me out. So hear me out. I thought that the Denver Nuggets, when they got rid of Jeremy Grant and they got rid of Mason Plumlee, were going to utilize Bol, right?
I told you they weren't.
You did.
They had to get
You
rid of
did.
Jeremy Grant. Look how much money he was asking. Like
They
he
matched
was-
it.
I know, but he was demanding this.
They matched it. He went to Detroit because he wanted to be he wanted a bigger role.
But
they matched him. They were going to
matched
pay
it,
him the same
and
thing.
they had to pay him, but he want the role too, so he had to leave.
I
They
understand.
had to let that go.
I understand. So with Bol, I felt like if they would have utilized him, that they would have been fine without Mason Plumlee. If they sent Bol to the G League, they're still not using him. So apparently they're like, well, whatever they're scared of with Bol, they're like, yo, he's fragile. He's Greg Oden. He's whatever the fuck. So they're like, I don't think it's a bad idea because it lets Jamal Murray. Because I feel like Lonzo's coming off the bench if they did that, but it
Who's
actually
gonna run point?
Jamal.
No, he will be at the 2. He is a shooting guard that runs point guard.
Hold on. Can we just address the fact that this doesn't make any sense at all? Like
Honest to God, I think
what
the-
team is gonna
the Nuggets-
Why would either team accept this?
no, the Pelicans.
It's
I mean, not the Pelicans, but the Pelicans, right? It's Lonzo.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Pelicans should trade for Bol, but the Nuggets shouldn't trade for Lonzo Ball.
Okay.
That's what I mean. That's what I think.
So
Why
there's
should
a there's a
Pelicans trade.
so there's a
For
few
Bol to get rid of Lonzo, who's going to leave anyway? Why not?
so that's one of the trades for Lonzo. Another trade for Lonzo is being shopped to the Atlanta Hawks
They got enough
for Cam Reddish
got
and
enough
then
points.
Kevin O'Connor, and he's also being shopped to the Clippers. Hold that thought.
For Reggie Williams,
Yeah, probably.
Reggie Jackson,
Yeah.
because they need Patrick Beverly regardless of how.
So
he
out
plays.
of all of those trade options, what would you think
Clippers.
you think the Clippers?
Clippers, you give up like the Morris twin and Pat, and Reggie.
Okay. Another trade talk that stuck out to me, and to me it's just preference. I'm not sure I would do it, but Jaylen Brown is being offered to the Hawks for John Collins.
Stupid.
So
Wait,
I'm like,
is it? Do you know if it's the Celtics shopping him or is the Hawks like, yo, we want Jalen, we'll throw you a deal? Because
it's the Hawks.
okay, that's different.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my thing.
The Hawks want Jalen.
Unless,
They're willing to
Yeah.
offer John Collins.
Okay.
unless I hear or see Adrian Wojnarowski say something, all this shit is irrelevant to me personally.
Yeah.
Because this seems like
I mean,
somebody.
this is the last day. This is the last day of the trade, and I confirmed all these on ESPN also. But I'm just saying these are the trades that are being put on the table. I'm not saying they're gonna go through. I'm just saying
Right. I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is somebody fucking posting this shit.
No,
with NBA
it's
trade generator.
no, it ain't even that. It's the teams, it's the Hawks saying, "Yo, Jaylen Brown, we trying to trade for Jaylen Brown," and then people picking it up saying, "Oh, the Celtics looking to shop Jaylen Brown because it looks controversial that way." So you click on it
Right.
because it looks. Why would the Celtics give up Jaylen Brown? Let me see what the fuck going on.
But then
When
you
it's
see the
just the
players
Hawks.
that it's up there, and it's like, no, this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
It makes no sense.
Like, the deal has to be so much sweeter. Like,
ain't no way you're trading your first time All Star
That's-
as the Celtics
that's what.
for John Collins. He's 20-10, but he ain't an All Star, and he's still 20-10 on a losing team. So how much weight do?
Not
they
to mention how much money are they making off jersey sales?
I like John Collins.
in
I
Boston?
love John Collins.
Oh,
I watched him for 2 years.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think it's a far fetched deal because John Collins he cleans up well. He's good in the paint.
On the Hawks.
And I understand.
That's the thing.
I understand.
Clickbait.
So-
Said it.
What's good, see Will?
Aaron Gordon is also being considered by the Blazers. I don't know how you guys feel about Aaron Gordon going to the Blazers, but that's apparently a thing.
Melo's there. Why? I'm just saying. I'm not asking you. I'm just saying. Why if Melo's there? If Melo's y'all project right now, why?
Kyle Lowry is being shopped to the Miami Heat.
That's perfect. I still think that's a perfect fit for him.
John Wall is being shopped to the Celtics.
Let's talk about the Rockets real fast because Darius just asked us to talk about the Rockets. I got killed earlier this year for saying that because it was a picture of John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Aaron Gordon. I was like, they're not making the playoffs. And people was like, you think they're not making the playoffs? Look at the squad. I'm like, James Harden's about to be gone. It's the West. Simple math to me. I thought it was simple math to everybody.
Right.
No, it's not.
I don't know how.
Because those same people are making these dumbass trades on Trade Generator.
I think the Rockets, they tried to rekindle some shit, or they tried to put together a nostalgia team, low key, with DeMarcus and John Wall, and now they got Victor Oladipo, who's still in recovery. Dude.
I think
Did you see that Victor Oladipo is asking to be traded, but he wants his next contract to be $20 million? Now,
It's
I will
Vicky
s-
Oladipo though.
I will say this, but he fresh off injury.
Yeah, but
I will
people
say
getting paid
this:
40.
the NBA is what have you done for me lately? Victor Oladipo just came back, and when he came back, the tail end of last year,
My guy, see Will.
he was only averaging 8 points. I don't know what he's averaging in the Rockets uniform right now, but it's like Lonzo's asking for $20 million if he's traded, and he's worth it now.
No. Yeah.
He's worth it now.
Yeah, it's always like that. He's gonna hoop because
He's worth it now. All his numbers went up.
Yeah, they all went up because he can't. Lonzo legit cannot let LaMelo come in and do what he's doing. Because once the year's over, everybody's gonna look at Lonzo like, hey.
Magic Johnson said that Magic Johnson said Lonzo Ball is the best point guard in the league IQ wise.
He has a crazy IQ. He's not. Chris Paul, come on. LeBron, come on. That's all I gotta say. Speaking of LeBron,
He put numbers on the board.
My homie C Will wanna know if LeBron and AD coming back. This
both
year.
of them are coming back 100%.
They have to,
They're not
bro.
going to let that fan base down. Come on.
They have to.
First off, LeBron rolled his ankle, and AD is supposed to be coming back in like 2 weeks.
Why you gotta shoot LeBron? Why LeBron get a straight?
Excuse me?
Why did LeBron just get a straight?
Because first off,
Did you see that motherfucking ankle in slow mo, man?
I did.
What do you mean? It's LeBron. Of course he's gonna do what he did.
He's
He
not
spends
gonna-
millions of dollars on it. So if he roll it,
1.8.
is
1.8.
so if he roll it, he's gonna roll to the sideline like he did. It's his fucking.
No, he walked though. He walked.
No,
he didn't. He fucking rolled.
How did he get over there?
I watched this game.
Yeah.
I watched this game. They called time. They called timeout. The following play.
Hey, bro said Laker game. I'm dead. He said, "Cool, Laker game." He just wanted to hear the
That's
shit.
funny.
Oh,
Hey, Jumar said, tell Oladipo to sing to them. They might pay him $20 million.
hey, I ain't gonna lie. Ryan just looked up Victor Oladipo's numbers. He is deserving. He is deserving.
He is. And
Can you go back up
He's
so I can
averaging
see?
21.2 right now.
Yeah.
he's-
It's 21 and 2 and what else? Just give me the whole stat line, please. Por favor.
yeah, man, dude. A
21
fucking.
But show the whole play, cause look, they called timeout. He gonna throw the chair. I already seen this. He throw the chair, but he was walking. You seen him walk, right?
Oh, we were talking about this.
We
where
talking
he
about
rolls
this,
all the
bro.
way over
We
like
talking
that.
about that.
This. I seen this. See, look, the dude picking up the chair for him, but he walked.
He's not out.
It's
he's
still
not
a
out
high.
eight weeks.
Okay, this is what you don't. A high ankle sprain is what he got. He is LeBron James.
He's never had a major injury.
I know,
understand.
but you're saying he's walking. He's walking,
It
but
still isn't a
he
major
can't
injury.
run. He can't plant.
Thank you.
He can't.
Thank
No,
you.
but it's a big one for LeBron and his style.
But it's not a major.
He folded
Nobody
his
said it's a
pussy.
major injury.
He folded his pussy.
He didn't fold his pussy, bro. He has to go out there and be LeBron and plant and jump and do all this
Right.
athletic
I get
shit.
that.
And he can't do that if his tire is weak
He
or
can,
flat.
he can be back in 4 weeks.
He can be back in 4 weeks and still will take it easy.
He is the John Cena of the NBA.
He still will take it easy.
He will recover from a freaking bicep injury and come back in like 3 months like a maniac.
Thank God it's not his left foot.
He's fine.
He's fine, but he has to be extra cautious.
It's really not a bad injury.
It's
really not.
It's really not. You guys are panicking because it's LeBron. It's the
Nobody
first time
said it's a
LeBron.
bad injury.
It
They're not-
literally says it in the comments.
High spec, it's no joke, bro. You ever rolled your ankle and tried to play after? Your shit will roll again just because it's so weak.
I understand.
So how is that a joke? How's that not? How's
it's
that?
Not, it's not 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks for LeBron? Yes. LeBron is so
Because it's
so,
LeBron.
Yes,
I
and
agree.
Everything he
because
do is so
it's
calculated.
LeBron. Because it's LeBron.
It's so calculated. Everything
I get it.
LeBron do,
I get it.
It's so calculated.
I get it. Laker fans are panicking. And I love it. I can taste your fear. I can taste your fear, C-Will. I can taste it. It tastes delicious.
He's not worried.
Well, in sad news.
I have
shit.
more news. You just go.
Oh, my bad. You got these dumbass trade generator bullshit that don't make any sense, but sure, let's keep going.
The funny thing is that tomorrow, if I hope Kyle Lowry goes first, because then I'm gonna Google Duo you, and I'm just gonna go like this.
Okay, but the Kyle Lowry one makes sense. The other ones had made no sense.
What's the Kyle Lowry one?
So
They're trying to give up Andre Iguodala, Chris Nunn, and who else?
I don't know who Chris Nunn is, sir.
I mean
Olynyk?
Kendrick Nunn, and
It's actually supposed to be Goran, Iggy, Mo.
For Kyle Lowry?
Yeah.
That's too much for Kyle Lowry. The trade can happen, but that's too much for Kyle Lowry.
And then there's an option to throw Kelly in there.
I'm still surprised he in the fucking NBA.
you get these 3 players, and you get a Kelly Olynyk for free.
Yeah,
Much.
but like,
That's what I'm saying.
fuck,
Like,
man.
Listen, I hope that some of these are real. I mean, I'm not saying they're not, but like unless Woj tells
Remember
me
when that one didn't happen? It did happen. Oh, okay. All right.
that's 1 for 50. Let's
Just
keep going.
just shoot me in the face. That shit's fake, Nick. Shut the fuck up, Nick.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying whoever's making these is a clown. Like they don't make any sense. Bull.
He's not even in the league right
That's
now.
what I'm saying. It makes no sense. I hate this. God damn. If it doesn't come
It's
from the
not
Woj,
my
if it
fault.
doesn't, follow the Woj on fucking Twitter, and he'll tell you the shit like fucking a week before it happens, and it happens all the time. But
First off,
what else you got?
you heard the PJ Tucker thing from. You know what? We're not going. You know what? Fuck this. What's next?
No, what do you got?
No. What's next? What's next?
I can't believe y'all think a high ankle sprain is a joke.
I'm not saying it's a joke. I'm just saying it is not a major injury. A major injury.
It is a major injury, bro. If you
coming from the guy that's never had a major injury.
Yeah, but I sprained my ankle like a motherfucker, and
Me
I
too,
can't
and
go
I played
back.
the next fucking day.
No, the style of play you play compared to the style of play LeBron play, the style of play that certain players play is different. You're a spot up shooter now. When you roll your ankle, you sprain your ankle, you're not really trying to make shit happen off the ankle. I've rolled my ankle trying to jump off that same ankle I rolled before, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and then it gets weaker and weaker, and it never gets better. So it's a real injury that you have to pay attention to, because if you take a week off and you can condition it and all that, and you get out on the floor, once you get tired, your muscles get tired, and
Isn't
you
there
try to jump,
literally an
and it
acronym
gets
for
shaky.
rolling your ankle? Isn't it like rice? Isn't it like rest, ice, and
Elevate.
yeah,
It's ice.
it's ice.
Ice, cool, and elevate, or something like that. But
Because that's
I'm
how petty a rolled ankle is. But it's LeBron James, and everyone's like, "Oh my god,
I don't get
oh
what
my
you
God,
mean, bro.
LeBron James, oh
You
my
roll
God."
if you roll your ankle If you roll your ankle, bruh,
Oh my God.
you have to go out there and play again. Let's say they say, yeah, you ain't hurt. Go out there and play again. And he break his shit because his ankle's weak.
No.
That's a major
I
injury.
understand the precaution.
That's
I
all I'm
understand.
saying. So it is a
Oh,
major
no.
injury
Is that
because of
all
that.
we're saying? It's not a major injury, but I understand the precaution. I understand that part. Ice compress and elevate.
Yeah.
That's how simple it is. When you go to it's not the hospital, but it's like you're like, oh, I'm injured, but I don't need to go to the hospital.
Oh, you mean everybody?
Quick care. It's like when you go to quick care and you're
can't
like,
believe
oh,
this.
my
can't
ankle
believe
hurts,
this.
and then the doctor goes in and they go, so nothing's broken. You just need to ice compress and elevate, and then they send your ass home and they charge you $40 because it's not a major injury.
That's wild, yo. I can't.
Is that
believe
right?
Look, I've sustained all of these injuries, so
That's
When
wild,
you go to
yo.
Laker, they'd be like, oh, it's a major injury.
It's LeBron. Go ahead, Matt. Tell him it's LeBron. So
Yes,
you're
and
fine.
LeBron is your guy. So
I
if he
get
sprain
it.
his ankle, you don't
like I
throw him
said,
back out there.
No. I understand that. I understand if
Tim Duncan did it.
I understand the precaution. I understand
It
the
would be a major
precautionary.
injury.
First off, San Antonio, when fucking Kawhi injured his shit, they were like, "Hey, get out there, Buttercup." So
That was a major injury though,
that-
because if he
that-
got out there
that
again
was
and
a
got
major injury.
a high ankle sprain. That's what we saying. So when he get out there,
Is that Shea?
when Kawhi get out there and he get hurt again, that's the reason he was like, "Fuck
Shea get
this."
40 piece that want to talk reckless.
Hey, no. We almost done.
And then
I just can't
he
believe
got the basketball jersey on.
I can't believe y'all.
You think the basketball jersey would give him plus 10 on his overall in his NBA 2K game? Yes, I am.
The one that didn't show up. Yeah, that one.
Look, all I'm trying to say is there's a difference between a major injury and an injury like this. I would not consider this a major injury. A major injury to me is something that requires a surgery to fix it.
Thank you, Jamar.
Okay.
now is it major as far as to that team and to that
No.
player? Sure.
No, it's major to any player because you don't want to go back out there and risk hurting yourself again. So you have to treat it like a major
It's
injury.
4 to 6 weeks, dude.
4 to 6 weeks of rehab and not being able to plant and jab and
We
cut.
agree. We agree that LeBron is your strongest
Take
horse.
a fucking year off without even being able to fucking walk for the first fucking 6
We
weeks.
agree.
Nobody's saying that.
We
I'm just-
agree that LeBron is your workhorse. So you want to make sure that he's good. So you are cautious with LeBron. I agree with that. Is that
You're
fair?
cautious with every player. If I had a high ankle sprain, I'm going home,
Okay. Fair.
and you're not going to see me for a while.
Fair enough. So Russ is being shopped to the Bulls. What do we think about that?
For who?
Kobe White and Wendell Carter.
So now people just retire off major injuries? Fuck out of here.
Who retires off major injury? What you mean?
Your homie's saying it.
No,
If
he's
LeBron
agreeing-
broke
he's
his leg-
agreeing with you.
He's agreeing with me?
Yeah, he's agreeing with you, and you're,
My bad.
and you're shooting him in the face.
My bad.
Kobe White and Wendell Carter.
I was passionate, but we were just talking about all the injuries that I've had, so my bad.
Kobe White and Wendell Carter.
I'd make that
No.
happen.
Hell no. You need more to get Russell Westbrook. I'm the Wizards.
Oh, okay.
You need
You're-
way more to get Russell.
Oh, okay.
It's
Fair
Russell
enough.
Westbrook.
Fair enough.
And then what
Absolutely.
you gonna do with Zach LaVine?
Look, Russ just
No,
wants
no,
to
they
go-
want to pair him with Zach.
They just tried it with James Harden and Bradley Beal.
I don't know.
They can't pay him with. I
I don't know. I just work for a podcast
Russ
and I
needs
know
a
things.
big man.
That's it. That's all. I just know things, Matt. That's it.
Russ needs a big man. Russ needs Joel Embiid. He needs Joker. He's a big man that don't be in the way much. He need to go to Minnesota if D'Lo wasn't there.
I'm going to make a claim right now. Russell Westbrook is going to spend the rest of his career in mediocrity and play for teams where-
Russell Westbrook isn't mediocre.
I
You
know
talking
he's
about
not.
his records?
No, he's talking about like
gonna-
he's gonna end up on teams that are just like me. Like he's gonna show out.
The
He's
rest
gonna
of
show
his
out for
career-
teams,
Yeah.
and but the team is just me.
The rest of his career, he's going to spend on teams bouncing around and barely making the playoffs if he makes them at all.
Nah, Russell.
Unless he changes his fucking attitude.
Nah.
Because that's the problem with Russell Westbrook.
I disagree. I think
Attitude.
it's Russ. So he's gonna luck up on something.
Yeah, some team like New York, they're going to be like, take whatever you want. We need 6 more point guards. Come on, Russ.
Nah, he gonna luck up on something. It's gonna be a crazy situation on how he end up somewhere.
Yeah, all right.
Russ is going to end up.
What's the trade that you guys most likely want to see?
I want Andre. It's not even a trade. I just want Miami Heat to pick up Andre Drummond. Thank you so much. Please.
They're
It's
so they're
funny.
saying Lakers and the Nets have
Lakers
the
can
best
go
choice.
fuck themselves.
He's going to the Nets.
The Nets can also go fuck themselves
They said-
because they don't need it. Can I please?
I want the
have-
Kings to get a real big man.
Okay.
Why?
I want.
The,
They have no
they're
real
saying
big man.
they're saying that they're trying
They
to
have
trade.
one,
They're
remember?
trying to trade Malik.
Ooh.
Marcus Cousins.
they're
What
trying
happened
to-
there?
I hate you.
I'm talking about right now. They
Fuck
need a
you.
big
Oh, they had Hassan Whiteside too.
man. Yeah, fuck that nigga.
They're trying to get Marvin Bagley.
He's there already.
No, I'm saying they're trying to trade him.
Because Marvin Bagley turned out to be Marvin Ass Cheeks. I'm just so,
That was
so
good.
cheeks, bro. And I ain't forgetting the Kings thinking Buddy Hill was about to be Steph. They not getting off, man.
Look, I'm out here.
You know that they said that was one of the players that was untouchable, Buddy Hield and Darren Fox.
Yeah, because they are great together, but they just need more. And Harrison Barnes is not it. I don't know what the Kings be doing. De'Aaron Fox needs to find his way to Miami or Orlando and just start over.
Listen.
He killed Miami anyway, so might as well go there and be daddy.
Oh, okay.
Let's close the show because we got adult obligations. And
We're not gonna talk about Nick Young. We're not gonna talk about Sue Bird and LeBron real quick.
I want to talk about. I want to end it saying rest in peace to one of the best hoopers to ever hoop,
Let them know.
Mr.
Talk the
Mr.
talk.
Flippy shit before George Gervin. People also said that if it was a Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan, it would have been him. Rest in peace, Elgin Baylor. Dude was a bucket. One of my favorite players from like that era. And then it's like Elgin Baylor, Dr. J, Vince. Like those were my players. So Hall of Famer, never won a ring. The fucking who won the ring once he retired? The Lakers won the ring the year he retired. Sucks, but still was a bucket his whole career. And
Kind of
hate
like
to see
John
people
Stockton.
go. Also, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. Y'all not boxing fans. I am. One of my favorites. Died of Roney's complications and stuff like that. So he got the vaccine and some shit happened. But rest in peace, Marvin Hagler too. Marvelous one. That's my guy. He still got robbed by Sugar Ray. But yeah.
Do you know any local businesses, trainers, coaches that would like some airtime? Reach out to us via in the comments. And 3-point play, we're out. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing, Matt. Dun dun. Do the thing. Dun dun. Do the thing.
We probably got a hoop session this Saturday. I'm going to challenge Will for the title.
In what?
Best out of 7 series 3-point contest.
Ooh.
Ryan.
He's allowed to challenge.
I know, but like, we just went through this.
And you have to accept.
I'm a champion. I have to accept. He earned his stripes. It's just we just went through this.
Write that down.
Best out of 7 series.